Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Outlet. Joined by Carter W. Jr., Raymond Lyons, Wilson Tarpe Jr. And know we got a lot to talk about tonight. Atlanta came into Capital One. The back and forth affair. Washington made it run late. Those little things we always talk about added up late when you can't get a stop. Most of the game, when you need one, it's tough to get one. Um, Atlanta holds on to beat Washington 117-114. Before I ask you to what you guys thought of the game, quick word from our folks over at Using Us. U Street is open late. Come get your soul food fix until 1 a.m. For all you folks that haven't even gone out tonight yet, it's not a bad idea. On the way back in, stop at U Street. Get some Using Us. All right. Cardell, start with you. Just your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, they could keep the Hawks off the free throw line. That's really what it came down to. They lost the game there. They had more points in the paint. I mean, this is just a crazy game. This is a game they should have won, man. Like, to be honest, man. Look, they outscored them 40-30 in the paint, 37 assists to 18. You shoot 54% from the field, 48% from three, and you still lose. And it's because the Hawks got to the line 34 times and made 28. And you only shot 8 and 9. And then on top of that, they got up more three-point attempts. Something's wrong. That just comes back to what you started the show with, defense. They literally could not get stops. They guarded with their hands. And when they guarded with their hands, they allowed guys to get in their rhythms, specifically DeAndre Hunter, who went to work on them in the first half. Then, with John Vick, he started getting hot. And, obviously Trey going to always be there throughout the game because he got the ball in his hand. And, he's an all-star for a reason, man. It's just the same old little things that have been plaguing the Wizards throughout the season. It's the defensive consistency. Let's call it that. I'm not going to say they weren't trying. They didn't have that intensity. You've seen what that looked like. They were there. They were competing. But it's just little bad habits that they got to stop doing. They got to stop guarding with their hands. You can't afford to put any NBA team. I don't care how bad they are, how good they are. If you put any NBA team on the line 34 times, 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose. And think about it. They had to shoot in our ranges 54%, 48% from three just to be in the game. You're not going to be able to shoot like that at that clip game in and game out. So what does it come back to? Being fundamentally sound on defense. And then they didn't do it. Kuz, he had a good game, but he could have been more efficient, could have been better defensively. Caldwell Pope was lights out, man. He came to ball. Like, he came to play 28, 10-12, 6-6 from deep. Those high percentages, he had a lot to do with it. And Rui, we've been saying this the last few games with Kuzma going off, like, needed that second option. Rui's starting to get aggressive and become that. Even though he's coming in off the bench, he's starting to become that. And the Wizards are better off for it. His three-point shooting barrage has continued. But all in all, it just came back. It just came back to the main thing that has been plaguing this team throughout the season. It's just not being consistent on the defensive end, man. Had they just got enough stops, I'm not even going to say stops. Just don't put them on the line. Because the Hawks shot 41% from the field. I mean, they shot 36% from deep, but, overall they shot 41% from the field. I mean, you got enough stops where you could have won this game. And then also, just to piggyback off how they didn't look on defense, how there wasn't much of a factor. Turnovers. They only had 4 turnovers in the game. Like, it's no resistance. Honestly, and Trey is known, known for, having his double agent moments. You know what I'm saying? Where he'll give it to the other team, and they get out of the game with only 4 turnovers. That's amazing. That means they didn't feel y'all. So they got to the line, knocked down a hell of a lot of free throws, and they didn't turn the ball over. So their shooting woes, it didn't really bother them at the end of the day because they made up for it at the free throw line, and then they didn't kill themselves by giving you the ball, giving you extra possessions. So it really just come back to the Wizards. The Wizards, in a sense, beat themselves because they just weren't consistent on the defensive end, man. And that's just something they have to correct. The time is running out. You know what I'm saying? This was a big one because they were right there. They're right behind each other in the standings in the playing spot. So this L hurts. It hurts a lot, especially being at home. So they got to look at the film and figure some things out, man. And specifically, stop guarding with your hands.
Man, right.
Yeah, man. With how well the Wizards shot the ball, it's a lot of room for error when you when you shooting that well, and they made sure to make that up. Like Cardell pointed out with the, giving having the Hawks march to the free throw line, and then the turnover disparity. Wizards had 14, Hawks only had 4. That's where close games are decided, man. To lose a game by 3 and then have the opposing team make 20 more free throws than you, that hurts. Because this is a completely winnable game, man. Like it's really no excuse. They should have won this game, and they needed to win this game. Now their life gets a lot more difficult, when it doesn't have to be this way. But I mean, KCP, I liked his energy from the jump. He came out ready to go, and he kept it up throughout the game. I noticed they were looking for TB early. We talked about a few times in previous games. We know where they miss him when he has his man sealed, and that kind of affects his energy. But they went to him early a couple times. And he in his body language is a little better. So I mean, when he continues to get back in the rhythm, get back in the flow of things, get his legs up under him, I'm sure he'll continue to be more effective. But yeah, the mistakes from the Wizards, the inconsistency on defense, and just not being able to get stops, man, it killed them tonight. And then you hold Trey to 6 of 22, and you let DeAndre Hunter have a field day. It when you when you bottle up the main guy, that doesn't that doesn't give you reason to let somebody else make up that ground. So yeah, there's just a couple things that cost them dearly, you know, and it definitely hurts to lose when you shoot this well, man. And the Wizards have been having their shooting woes, but as of late, they've been lights out. But they just haven't been able to put it together in the rest of the areas of the game to close out these wins. So and that hurts because in the other games they haven't been able to shoot well and they're still right there at the end. Now they fixed the shooting and everything else is kind of falling to the wayside. So they got to meet somewhere in the middle, man. Maybe, and so that maybe they can string some wins together. But yeah, this one sucks because of course the implication in the standings, you drop one at home to a team you're chasing and you're right in their heels and give them a little more breathing room. And then this is a game that you should have won. So yeah, film days probably gonna be brutal, but it's on them. They just got to do better.
Yeah, and the worst part with on defense,
Yeah, man. I guess Wilson being out with the technical
Yeah.
difficulties. You just might as well just keep it moving, man. So, who's your player of the game, so to speak?
Um, I had DeAndre Hunter. I
DeAndre Hunter.
mean, yeah, he 8 of 12, 7 from the line, 26 points. He kind of made up the ground from when Trey was not able to get it going offensively. And then eventually, Trey got back in the swing of things. He started getting to the line, but DeAndre Hunter held it down, while he was trying to find his way.
I can't even be mad at that. I'm going back and forth because they won the game, man. I'm big on winning, man. But what KCP did, man, like
Yeah.
it's just tough because he was torching everything in sight, dog. 28, 10 to 12. 10 to 12 from the field, 6 to 6 from deep, man. That's a tough one. Oh, you back?
yeah, I had to switch my hotspot because yeah, man.
Hey man, you adjust better than the Wizards.
Man, hey, look, audibles had to be called, man. Can't be out there lacking like that. What I was saying was just defensively, like it was driving me crazy. Like second quarter, Bogdanovich gets going. Lord knows we all know what he wants to do. He wants to stay behind that line and let that thing go. They set in that screen, and the big is dropping. I'm like, what are you dropping for? I'm pretty sure that whatever y'all went through going into this game, did nobody tell you to drop on Bogdanovich? I'm sure there's somebody over there to drop on. It's not Bogdanovich. Gallo can't even move like that anymore. He's not trying to do anything but take a three, or if he has to, and he don't even want to, if he has to, go down to the block. It's a turnaround jumper. Like, what are you doing? It's just the little things, and it's just failure to execute. It costs you in this one because, like as you guys both mentioned, you shot the lights out. You're moving the ball well, and you threw your room for error away by just putting them on the line. I swear, I got to double check, but it felt like 3 of the 4 quarters, Washington was in the bonus, like with 5 minutes left in the quarter. There's only 4 quarters. Like, that's not a good look. Like, you were helping the team that was already kind of struggling offensively just stay alive. Because they got more, like Cardell said, you got more. It's an NBA team. There's a free throws. You know, yeah, the crowd was making noise, but it didn't matter. It was a free points. We're not getting them in the flow of the game. So, and shout out to DeAndre Hunter for the start he had to this one. Because he kind of set the tone for them. Obviously, you know, you come in, you expect Trey to do what he does. And DeAndre, nobody could guard him. He got to the basket when he wanted. They changed defenders on him, and he did what he needed to do to either bully, go by, shoot over, and it was either a bucket or go into the line. So it's a great start to the game for him. But, yeah, like you guys said, I'm with y'all. That's a tough one to let go.
And then on top of that, the decision making, like a couple plays that jump out at me in the second half when they were scrambling for the ball. Then it finally got Daniel Gafford hands, and this dude decided to be magic. You know what I'm saying? He drive all the way to the cup, and my man and then he tried to throw a wild pass and ended up being in charge. I'm like, dude, just grab the ball, wait for a guard to come get it, man. Like, and then the pass late from Kuz trying to thread the needle to Denny. You ain't see Bogdanovich right next to this dude. Like he's within range of making the recovery, the rotation to hit the ball, even though it still hit Denny in the hands. You gamble like in a horrible position, like in a horrible part of the game where you're fighting back. You don't need that turnover. Like it's like you're going for the home run throw with my man right here. You could dump it off and he can get the first down, keep the chains moving. You know what I'm saying? So why do that?
The worst part about that play, Cardell, it was late when that Kuzma turnover. Rui, who has been scorching the earth from 3, was in that right corner, just left alone by himself because Bogey was lost.
That's called court vision. Everybody don't have it, man. Like that's why you bring it up. You give it to the guard, and then you look to get a bucket. Like look, the Wizards need him to pass to the rim. You know what I'm saying? They don't need you. They don't need you to be Magic out here, dog. I know you from Michigan. You know, Magic the man. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. Like everybody can't see the floor like it's good, man. Everybody can't see it. And then again, if you can see it, everybody can't get the ball there.
Yeah.
There's very few people that can do that, man. Like, you know, look, we talk all wax about the passes that Jokic be throwing is disrespectful. He passed like y'all not even on the floor. You see what I'm saying? He's an amazing passer, best pass in the game to me. Like that's why you're not running point, man. Like you gotta chill, dog. It's just they take too many chances and it's just too many costly just bad mistakes that kill their own momentum. They kill their own momentum. The Hawks only gotta do it. So all the Hawks gotta do is just calm down. Like, look, all right, they gave us another chance. Let's go ahead and execute. And DeAndre Hunter is the reason why he was compared to Kawhi coming out of Virginia. And also with him being healthy. Let's keep it a buck. He made Cam Reddish expendable. Just Cam couldn't beat him out. You know what I'm saying? Nate McMillan, old school, man. If he could have beat him out, he would be playing. So it's just that you gotta pay attention. He started coming to his own, man. And the Hawks are gonna be better for it. But yeah, this is a tough L, man.
For sure. All right, y'all. Said I don't ask this anymore. So your thoughts?
Ray already gave his. He said DeAndre Hunter.
Okay.
It's tough, man, because Caldwell Post he shot the ball so well, though. But you always gotta go with the team that got the W. So I'm gonna roll with DeAndre Hunter. He made more plays to help his team win. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Like KCP, they threw away a great KCP night.
Mm-hmm.
Like just wasted a great KCP night. Great Rui night too. Both of those dudes they were unconscious. But yeah, DeAndre set the tone for his team early, and he still contributed in the second half. So like you guys said, the almighty W matters around these parts for us here. So I'm with DeAndre as well. X factor for you guys.
Man, it's tough. I might roll with Capella, man. I'm gonna go with Capella because it's his defense energy, especially that stretch where he ran down, got a couple blocks back to back,
Yeah.
controlling the boards and stuff, man. 12 points. And keep in mind, Collins, for whatever reason, he didn't really play like up to his standards, what he's capable of playing at. So he had to hold it down pretty much for the Hawks to win. Honestly, solo, inside. He was banging with Gafford and, TB and all those guys. And he still finished with a double-double on 3 blocks and 5 and 9 shooting. You see what I'm saying? And he only got 4 free throw attempts. That's what makes it even worse. Like, man, dang, even with his lob plays and stuff. But the Wizards did a good job of, getting back to him, making sure the lob play wasn't there. But, the other guys took advantage. But I think he was the X factor because what he brought on the boards and defensively, being a rim protector.
Right.
The free throw line.
Yeah.
Nah, really in every game where the Wizards face a big like this, I think if the big performs, then the other team has a pretty good chance. Because that just kind of cancels out, what the Wizards big does, especially Gafford when he's able to stay on. If he's not in foul trouble, then when the guy's able to kind of match his athleticism and energy, he's not that much of a factor. So yeah, Capella with what he's able to do, and also the gravity he has off the pick and roll and the lob plays and the attention he draws, just kind of opens things up. So I go with Capella as well.
Yeah, you can make that 3 for 3. He had a quiet, super impactful game. Like you talked about that stretch, man. Bigs ain't supposed to.
Yeah.
My man, you're not supposed to be covering that much ground. I'm sorry. And then you didn't foul. Like, it's one thing to make up the ground, right? In this league where everything's guaranteed at offense, it wasn't a whistle. Like, it was clean. It was just highly impressive. And again, it's a double-double in a game like this. When you're going through it offensively, a couple extra possessions are huge. Shit, a couple denials are huge. Keep that a buck. Like, those defensive plays came when the Wizards weren't killing their own momentum. Capella was like, all right, if y'all don't want to mess it up, I'll do it. Let me ruin this for you. I got you. And I mean, him being back there, let's keep it honest too, is, you got to cover up for your point guard out on the perimeter. So, credit to him for the job that he did. I think we had one comment tonight. That's for our Area 11T. Pretty much echoing what we said. Yeah, definitely threw away a good shooting night. Like, they were shooting very, very well. But again, the Cardell said, poor decision making, playing with your hands on defense. You found a way to undo all the good that you did. Is why this hurts the way that it does. You guys don't have anything else to add? No, the Wizards are back in here on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we will see you guys then. Have a great evening.